We're going to go to the first line. Good evening. You're on Law Line. Do you have a question for us?
Yes, I do. My mom is having a revision surgery of a recalled Stryker hip implant in a few weeks. A company called Broadspire has offered to pay for her expenses, but she has to sign some paperwork first. What should she do?
Daniel, you want to take that one?
Sure. Well, there's a couple issues here first, and I think the first thing that she needs to do is probably speak with an attorney, because there's going to be a lot of pitfalls that may take place here. One of those pieces of paperwork, see, Broadspire is set up by Stryker to pay for out-of-pocket medical expenses, so those expenses in addition to whatever the health insurance company doesn't pay. Broadspire is going to step in and pay for those expenses. And it's not that we don't like Broadspire, but there are some pitfalls with her just using Broadspire on her own to pay for these medical expenses. First, she's going to have to sign some paperwork, as you mentioned, and they're going to be asking a part of that paperwork a release for medical records, which can be a problem, but not as big of a problem as the second part, and that is they're going to want to have access to the prosthesis itself. And in these kind of cases, we don't want to give them access to the prosthesis. We want our experts to be the ones who can examine these products first. So that's the first thing. The second part in line with that is before she has a revision, we need to send a letter. An attorney needs to send a letter to the surgeon and the hospital, and also she needs to carry a copy in when she goes into the hospital that asks for the product, the stem itself, to be preserved. And any tissue or any other samples or fluid that may be taken out during that surgery should also be preserved.
And the bottom line is, Daniel, I think, as you touched on, you can't trust your rights to a third-party company hired by the manufacturer. This company is being used also by Depew, some of you are familiar with, who had the ASR and Pinnacle products. Not saying they're a bad company, but they're there to protect the manufacturer, and they're not there to protect you. Doesn't mean we won't deal with them and trying to perfect your rights, secure your rights, but you need somebody advising you what your legal rights are before you sign anything for a company like Broadspire.
That's right.
All right, let's thank you. Did we answer your question?